Hello and welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is what is the gossip about you? Ooh. So guys, for today we have three piles and let's see what are people gossiping about you. Basically, what do people think behind your back? Even the juicier ones. Let me tell you that. Okay, for that, we have three piles as usual. Pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. And now let's get started. Okay, you could just meditate on the all the three piles for a few seconds before you move on to your chosen one. Thank you. Hey, pile one, if you're attracted towards the first pile, then here comes your reading. What is the gossip about you? What are the things that people basically think about you, especially behind your back, and actually talk about? Okay, the rider, wow. I mean, you seem to be a very ambitious lot. The owls, okay, and wise as well. The clover, very lucky. You're perceived as very lucky. And the key and the master number 33 and 1. Okay. So 1 and 2, when you have this consecutive numbers, whenever I get some consecutive numbers, I'm usually sure that you guys are going through some kind of transitions and people can see that. In fact, people talk about it. I mean, people tend to gossip about most things, right? It doesn't, take any tax to gossip about others. So people gossip about most things. But these are the things that people gossip about, that you are literally seen as somebody who is like a blue chip company. I mean, you guys, if you guys are younger, people think that you're gonna go places. Seriously, your ambition and your wiseness are very, like, seriously, they think that you're way, beyond your chronological age. That's the perception that you have created about yourself, that you know what, you don't really those times when, like, people your age were partying, you were walking or studying, or those kids who tend to be like extra serious, they go all the way to solve all the question papers way before the examination. You have been that kind of a person. Probably you already built a few businesses from your teenage and have made quite a bit of money. You are perceived as one of those people who are quickly going to, I mean, you have already achieved a lot and you're seen as somebody, literally, as I said, a blue chip company. Somebody, I mean, people probably number one. You're gonna come number one in your community. I mean, that's what people gossip. And also, the negative part is people think you're overtly ambitious. Okay, now number 33. If that has got 33, 3, and 6, if that has got any significance, it could also be like very significant to you. But another thing, you are currently probably going through some transition from school to university, or probably from uni to job, or maybe you're juggling uni with your two side businesses or side hustles. Whichever way it might be, you're going through some transition and people are gossiping like how well you have handled it. Another thing is the clover. Literally, you are seen as very lucky. Probably, I mean, this is a problem. You have put in a lot of hard work. Literally, you've burnt the midnight oil. But when people see the results, they think that you're very lucky. But actually, you've put in a lot of work, and that's why luck has favored you. Okay, hit the comment section and let me know if that is true for you guys. And I can see you guys have been very, very hardworking because you've had a very humble beginning. From there, you started, and you guys have just rocked it all the way. Literally, page of wheels and ace of wheels, like pentacles energy, page of pentacles. You are a very young, I mean, you started very young and you always were very promising. Like, those kiddos where the parents are scared what to teach them, how to teach them, because they're so bright, they're so smart, way smarter. Of course, I mean, I shouldn't be saying it explicitly, but you knew that you are way smart compared to your parents. You were way smart as a kid. Everybody knew. That's why the Clover. But it's not the luck just. Of course, you had very supportive parents who probably have put in a lot of finances behind you, but it's your own efforts as well. I mean, which people usually tend to discount. But I think it's a like combination that you were a very smart kid, and your parents, you had parents, you were blessed with parents who were also very good with you. They saved up money, they penny pinched, they scrimped and saved in order to give you the best education possible, and you made the best possible use of that. Seven of will see, as you sow, you have sown the things that you have already started to reap. You are reaping your success already, I can see, and you're going to reap a lot more. I mean, it's compounding, and people can see that. But you have done it for ages. You have reaped these seeds for ages, and that's what people say also, that you know what, no, 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 it's not just some people would say he or she is very lucky, they have a very supportive family. But some people also acknowledge that, you know what, they have been very entrepreneurial right from the start. They were very good in studies as well as to extracurricular, and also started their side hustles from 12. You're that kind of a kid, yes. And that's what people gossip about you. If somebody is going to make something out of their life, it's this kid. That's the kind of a gossip that people have, the perception and gossip, whatever you want to say. Now, the strength card, yes. And through these years, you've been through quite a bit of ups and downs. Maybe you have lost one of your parents, maybe you have been through some difficult financial situations as well, and the way with the bravery with which, the courage with which you faced your impediments, your odds, was absolutely stunning. I mean, that was another gossip about you, that you know what, this person, you cannot break them easily. They will just do, you want to prove them wrong, they will do 10 other things and do exactly what they intended to do. If you set your mind to something, you just do it no matter what. It's your emotional strength. No matter, you have faced a lot of adversity, jealousy, envy, you have faced all of that. And I can see amongst these gossipers also, there are loads of people who literally sit on their backside and gossip about you, that oh ho ho, her parents or his parents were rich. But the reality is, you have actually burnt a lot of your midnight oil. The gossipers, some of them, they speak about it, but mostly they can see that you're very wise, you're very clever, you have been like, you're just going places. That is what the gossip is. Oh, they don't have time to sit and enjoy with us, because whenever they were like partying, they were enjoying life, you were working hard. That's why you are reaping the results. And another thing is, you know there is another gossip, that you are an extremely emotionally, you're a very giving person as well. You're not a cutthroat person. You are very hardworking. You believe in your own dreams. You have always believed in your own dreams, and you have worked hard to make them a reality. But that doesn't mean that you have become a heartless person. No, on the contrary, you are a giver. You have given, you have made a lot of wealth, quite a bit of wealth, with your age adjusted, where you're coming from. You have made quite a bit of wealth, and you probably give away half of it. Philanthropy is also a part of it, which people talk about. Yes, yes. Direction guardian, choose your path. The gossip is, you have chosen your path pretty early. You just knew, yes, you just knew where you're going to go 10 years from now. The reapings that you're getting today, it's the seeds that you had planted long back. Spring, see your seeds grow. People are seeing the seeds that you had planted 15 years back. Now you are reaping those benefits and people are seeing that and gossiping about it. Now they can clearly see that, you know what, you don't have time for a lot of BS. You have work to do, you have got work cut out, you have chosen your path, and you have been that, this warrior princess, you have, or the warrior prince, like a warrior prince, like, having a focus towards your goal. Make plans and focus. You are seen as somebody who is very wise, very disciplined, very, very good at planning and focusing, so that you are somebody who have always been that way. You have juggled your education with your academics, with your side business, maybe with some extracurricular everything, and you have excelled in all of those right from the beginning. So you have a very good planning capacity and you can focus a lot. Stargazer, set your sights higher. Knight, be brave and honest. So the point is, the gossip about you is you're very brave, very disciplined, very good planner, and also your gaze, what shall I put, how shall I put it, your limits are usually way above those people who happens to be your friends in the friend circle of you. Like, I don't know how to put it in a correct way. Rather, you know you have already risen through your own efforts and hard work. That's 15-20 years you have worked so hard that you have already risen way above the level where your parents were, like where you started your life from. So you had initially those friends, they are there only, but you have grown up. And that is a point of gossip, that people say that, what, no point talking to them, they do not have, he or she doesn't have time for me, for us, for those beer parties. I'm not putting anybody down, it's just that you are not, the gossip about you is, you know these people, they don't have time for all this. And yes, you clearly don't have time for all this. You want to have the next unicorn. If already you're not on the way, or if already you don't have one, then you want to have that. You're on the way of making one. You have those important goals to fulfill. You don't want to waste your time partying. You don't want to waste your life um doing stupid stuff. Anyways, for you, they are frivolous. For others, that's enjoyment, and we all need that. It has a place, but it doesn't have a place in your life. And that's what people gossip about you. That, they won't be partying with us. They are more of a part. Like, you are seen more of a party, as a party pooper. Mountain, stand your ground. You are seen as a mountain. Yeah, literally. Clearly. I mean, you have risen quite a bit higher from the place that you had started from. So you are seen as this mountain, very high, already at an elevated status, and they feel an inferiority complex almost. People around you, the gossipers. Okay, now, warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? I mean, people think that you are literally answering your deepest calling. I mean, almost like somebody has cast some kind of a spell on you, and you are acting as if you have been like under the control of some kind of a spell. Like, you don't, you're seen as a, I mean, you could be having hobbies, but gossipers think that you are a relentless work machine. Does that make sense? Relentless workhorse. You are seen as that. It's just a perception, I'm saying. Now, protection, call back your power, cut the cards, soul retrieval. Literally, I mean, this is a message that probably there are people who are literally gossiping a lot of wrong things about you, and probably you should cut ties and trust your path. If you know that this is the path you should be taking, then it's probably the right thing that you should be doing already. Okay, now, confidence is your key to success. Clearly, people see you as a very confident person. Hold your vision, fixed moon. You have had a vision. I guess you have had a vision, and as a kid also, You have talked about your vision when people used to laugh at you. And now, when that is coming, like now that seems to be a reality given the amount of work that you have put in, people now think that you are probably a visionary. Yes, those gossipers also think that you're probably a visionary. You have always been a visionary. Earlier, people used to call you a charlatan, maybe, but now they understand, nope, this person had some real truth. Okay, number two could be very significant. And one, see, you're going through some transition. Wow. I mean, these are the kind of messages which tend to mesmerize me. Number five shows some transition, some change happening. You're definitely at the stage of some kind of transitions. One, two, one, two. Literally, these consecutive numbers, number five, they show changes, and one, it clearly shows that you're upgrading your lifestyle again. And that's why the god, yes, 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 you are like recently have had an upgradation in your lifestyle, and that's the reason why there is so much of gossiping that is happening. Yes, evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. Yes. So this is another thing. These people can be pretty salty, pretty taunting. So probably you have talked back to some of those and they are negative about you. Stars, you can manifest every wish. Literally, people think that if you put your mind to something, you're a star material. Literally, the rider, the stars, people see you as a star material. Like whatever she or he does, I mean, whatever, wherever you put your hands to, it's gonna turn into gold. That kind of a perception. There are people whom, regarding whom we feel that, whatever they touch, it turns into gold. You are one of those. You're seen as a star material. Princess, you can be your own knight. Actually, you are seen as somebody who is your, like, you have fought your way up. You have seen obstacles, you have seen financial trouble, people backstabbing, which is normal in an entrepreneurial or like an, when you're upgrading your life from a place, like, you started here, you have upgraded yourself with your own hard work, you had no parental support, then you have to face those backstabbings. So you have been the knight in shining armor for your own self. You don't need, people understand how self-reliant, how confident, and they think it's your confidence, it's your warrior princess, it's your warrior, this knight in shining armor for their own self. This kind of qualities are also like, these are the qualities that people also gossip about. Morning, the world awaits you. Literally, I mean, people think that you are a star of the tomorrow. You have recently had an upgradation in lifestyle, and maybe you have bought a new car also, or a new home, excuse me, in a probably a more posh locality. Some kind of movement might have happened in your life. Who knows, maybe you have moved to uni. It could be anything, some kind of upgradation. And the gossipers are talking about you like anything. They think that your time, you have arrived, you are a star of the tomorrow, you have arrived, on a horseback. So you have arrived pretty fast, like you're that starry thing is like around the corner. The world is awaiting, is just waiting to embrace you with open arms. That's the perception. Now, the garden, something lovely will grow. Absolutely. I mean, what else can you think about? Like, wow. I mean, people think, like, you are growing. I mean, it's like you had planted the seeds, and now whatever you're reaping is things that you had like planted earlier. Don't doubt your self-worth. You're always enough. I mean, people think also that you are very self-reliant. You're very self-reliant. You are your own knight. Yes, you are a self-reliant person who doesn't depend on other people. What others are saying, doing, even about you, doesn't quite matter. Okay, now pile one. Let's look at your charms. All right. Okay. Is a binocular. Clearly, it shows the wiseness. You could look ahead. You could look ahead. Like now, when people were partying, you walked because you knew that one day your time will also come. Okay, number two, the second charm is a blessing. See the blessing charm. I hope it's visible. Wow, beautiful charms for you guys. One is a binocular, which clearly shows that how wise you were, way wise than your age. Second, the blessings that are coming your way. And third is the unicorn. Literally, I mean, guys, if you have started some company, you could be into some real gains, and you're also seen as a unicorn is something which is like you don't come across unicorns every day. So you are a rare species. That's what the gossip is all about. Wow, pile one. Fantastic. I mean, what can I say? Who are you guys? Anyways, congratulations. And I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please hit the like button, share, subscribe. Namaste. Your subscription means a lot to me. Thank you. Hello, hello. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the second pile, then here comes your reading. But before I start, guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Your support means so much. Please help me grow my channel. Thank you. Okay, the sun, the cross, the letter. I can see that you are the what is the gossip about you? The gossip about you is you're a very radiant personality, a very charming, almost childlike. You know, the fool card, it's more like that. You're like innocent, charming. You know, you don't really think before you speak. You just speak your mind. A very radiant. People think of the sun, that kind of a bright, bubbly, radiant kind of a personality. That's you. Wow. Wow. I mean, what a good human being. I mean, people gossip about you being like almost like a child. Like even if you are 30, you probably look and behave both. I can see even look 10 years younger. 10 years younger, you see. So you are those people. And also I can see that you have some spiritual or religious bent of mind. Probably you could say that, you know what, I don't participate in like I'm not a religious person. Nope, you don't have to be, but you could very well be into yoga, meditation, astro, tarot, something of that sort, some occult, clairvoyance. Maybe you could be a star seed. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, we'll see. So you could be a very, your innocence is intact. Your, like, people assume that whenever they hear your age, they are like, whoa, I thought you're 10 years younger. That is the perception that you have. 27, the letter. Yes, you are a very emotional person, very in touch with your inner self. Some people are still, I mean, in today's fast day and age, you know, with faster communication, etc., some people are still very like in touch with their inner self. You also, you have a like, I can see a, you know, the contrast in your personality. One side, people see a very, exactly, the hermit. People see a very, you know, jubilant and bubbly, radiant kind of a perception that you have. At the same time, you are equally detached, you know, almost like a hermit, somebody who likes to keep to their own selves. Like at times, like an ambivalent personality. When you meet somebody, or maybe you meet up with people you like, you're very radiant. Other than that, you just keep to your own self. You probably meditate for hours, or maybe you have got some spiritual practices which you practice for hours. Who knows? And you are one of those people. You know, you are not interested in other people's stuff, and that's the gossip about you, that, you know, they are so introverted, yet they are very childlike, very innocent, they look so young. And you are almost, yeah, seen as somebody who's very magical, you know. It seems like, you know, the time has stopped, especially on your face. I'm getting the message that, you know, time has stopped on these people's face. People just wonder Like, how come these people look so young? They act so young. I mean, how come they do it? At 50 you look 30. Those kind of people. And people also assume, even with your like personality, you guys are very like, your innocence and also your facial features, they just make you look 10-15 years younger. That's the thing. Another thing is, you've been through a very cold hard situation earlier, so that has transformed you guys into this. Like, you are probably, like, most of your life maybe you have been single, or even if you have been married, you were like, a lot of people are not very interested in like physical intimacy all the time, even in a marriage. So you probably lead the life of a sage, even being after being married. In a married life, drinking, and it's not bad, but this is considered that, drinking, non-vegetarian, these things are considered as a more tamasic quality, but you guys tend to have more sattvic quality. Does that make sense? A more pure, more, um, as they say, the sattvic qualities, that's the way to describe it. You are more into tarots. Maybe you have always had interest in tarot, in as I said, uh, astrology, occult, and you probably meditate for hours instead of gossiping with others. So people just say that, you know what? There is no point calling them to a party, because they would probably be spending that time in their spiritual practices. So you are seen as a hermit even if you are married. High priestess, typically. Another thing is, high priestess and temperance, what that shows me is you are clearly a counselor. You act as a counselor for those people who are in distress. This is another gossip about you, that you have a lot of fan following because you have helped a lot of people. So the gossip is also positive, that this people, it's, you know what, it's because of this person I, like, I could sail through some difficult periods. These people, you guys are seen as somebody who are very wise. They look young, they act young, but they actually are very wise. Does that make sense? Like, you have been through difficult periods and have transformed, and now you use that experience, this picture of life. This person is, dipping this picture of life in this is the stream of experience, and now they're distributing this experience to others, disseminating their experiences, their learnings to their disciple. You have done it. People say that, you know what, it's because of this person's counseling I could come out of my difficult period, maybe when I was going through divorce and stuff, or some, like, losing some important person in my life. It's because of you they probably came out of their own difficult period. You are seen as that kind of a teacher. Now, take care of your own needs. Hermit, retreat and recharge. White witch, be the light. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Clearly, you are seen as somebody who is basically, I can see the hermit card twice. Literally, you guys are into meditation. I mean, just comment in the comment sections below. I mean, are you guys more into this meditation, yoga, spirituality? You spend hours behind it, rather than, watching, even rather than watching YouTube, in a way. I mean, instead of doing all of this, physical realm pursuit, you're more the inward kind of a person. It's because you are a more, you haven't aged on your face, because you haven't let the complications of life, taint your personality. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I mean, if it does, please write in the comment section, how are you guys? I mean, literally, I can see you are somebody, even if you are in the family setup, you still lead the life of a sage. You still lead the life of a hermit. You still are a sadhu, a sant, as they say in Hindi, that, yes, this is a sant, sadhu, who has, like, you don't have the greed for any material needs anymore. You've given up those. You've probably never had. You give people people come to you when they need those kind of advices. You are the light. You are seen. I can see a lot of positive gossip actually. It's like, you know what, whenever I go to this person, you are the sun, you are the light, you're that white witch, that light you bring in other people's life. Because you follow the the voice of your soul. You are seen as that magic creator, high priest, high priestess. Absolutely, you are a very, very spiritual person, and very ethically so. You are seen as, the gossip is, you are seen as that person who has pulled a lot of people out of their own distress. Wow, I mean, you guys, what are you? You're a great teacher. Learn from the spiritual experiences. Exactly what I had said about this temperance card. It's from your experiences you have learned, and you have now turned into a very good teacher. You probably don't really mingle with a lot of, you don't do a lot of socializing, but you have got your students who come to you for some spiritual learning, some spiritual practices, or for some counseling sessions. And you are seen as a great teacher, great motivator, water guardian. Connect with your emotions. Absolutely. I mean, that's the gossip. Like, this person is like divinely connected. It's connected to the divine, and you can connect with nature and divinity like this. And people are astounded, like the qualities that are considered are very esoteric qualities, like super qualities, divinity. You have all of those. You have completely surrendered to the divine, you know and I can see the gossip is also there. The energy is gaining momentum, so I can see a lot of fan following. For earlier, probably people used to mock you, but of late people have started taking charge, because you have given some real good advice to some people who came in contact with you in the recent past, and they are the ones who are gossiping and saying that, what, this person, he or she, is a fantastic individual. We would rather have their company rather than your materialistic pursuits. And they appreciate that. That's the gossip, a very positive gossip. Like, you are seen as that ray of hope, like that sunlight. In this today's turmoil filled world, you are like that ray of hope. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, mystic teacher, priestess. You are seen as a mystical teacher, a great teacher, excuse me, a great teacher who has contributed so much. Priestess, yes. Wow, how are you being called to step up and lead? I mean, literally, people almost see you as a spiritual leader, or maybe people, the gossip is like, this person is going to be the next so and so, any spiritual teacher that you can think of. People say that this person is going to be the next that. You are seen, that is the gossip, in a very positive gossip, I'll say. Star seed, people see you as a star seed. Literally, I mean, seeing your first initial cards, that was my thought process. Like, this person must be a star seed. Universe, we are all just stardust. I mean, literally, you are seen as a star seed. People think that, what? I mean, literally, you are so invested either in your own connecting with your own like inner world, or preaching others the teachings that you have learned yourself. Remember to practice self love. Yes, I mean, literally, you probably teach others to practice self love in this harsh world. We tend to forget that we also need certain things. We we should also make ourselves a priority. Take yourself out on a date. So, this could be in two ways. Either your own teachings, you have taught others, your students, that, what, that person left you, it's okay. Now learn to give some self love to your own self, and take yourself out on a date. We are all a stardust. I mean, these are the teachings, I think. People, like, literally praise you for saying them. They were going through a difficult, distressful situation. You are the one who actually brought them out of that situation by saying all this. So they think The gossip about you is, you know what, she is that person or he is that person who believes in living in the moment, you know, showing some self love, showing some self care instead of running after n number. Maybe you'll not have all of your materialistic needs fulfilled, but that shouldn't stop you from being happy. Your happiness doesn't depend on another person. Your happiness depends on you and yourself, and that's it. It's time for healing. I mean, like, you know, you tend to spread, probably you have a social media account through which you spread the message, you know, this pigeon dove, you spread the message of self love, of self empathy, of healing, you know. In today's day and age, we have forgotten to just stay, you know, just stay still at one place and living in the moment. That kind of a concept is almost gone. We are so, and there is nothing probably wrong, but still we are so busy staying busy that we don't know, mindlessly we scroll through social media accounts for hours before we even realize that. So that is the thing that you talk about, and people are gossiping that, wow, we needed to hear this. This is a person who is going to be the next spiritual leader. That is the gossip, because this person is so ethereal, so magnetic a personality. They know exactly what they have learned already, what we need to hear in today's day and age. Slow down and celebrate yourself. So literally people think that you are somebody who tend to celebrate their own self. You are the ones, you are that kind who will dance in the rain, you know, the small apparently escaping the real world. When you read a good book, dance in the rain, or do whatever feels like. I mean, you want to eat a tub of ice cream to feel better, just do it and don't feel guilty. And you literally exude that confidence, that vibe. And that is the gossip. I mean, people, sorry, I shook the camera. And sorry. Now, people just think that, you know, you talk about escaping reality when you read a good book or dance in the rain or take better care of yourself and prioritizing your own needs. You know, we have forgotten all of this. So people say that, you know, you are one of those rarest breeds, rarest kinds who are now talking about these things. And that's the most appreciable. I mean, that's the gossip about you. That, I know, I think this is a very positive gossip to have, by the way. Like, seriously, people think that you are, people are envious. No, it's not for a materialistic reason, it's more for the esoteric reasons, you know. This person is so magical, and they are like, you guys have given such great valuable teachings to others that people just even in the gossip sessions, people talk about it. You know, this person is gonna become the next spiritual teacher. That's what people think about you and gossip about you. That is the gossip about you. Okay, now, all right. Okay, the charms now. Okay, another. All right, fine. You know, this is the watch clock. Your time is coming. Wow, pile two. You probably were never recognized. In fact, people used to mock you earlier because of your idealistic ways of looking at things. But those are the people now, they have started praising you. That's the gossip. And you know, your emotions are going to be rewarded. Literally, this is the pearl. I mean, this is the shells. These are the shells in which a pearl resides. So you are that pearl. You are that pearl to humanity. I mean, wow, pile two. You guys are some of the. I mean, and it's the people like you that are needed in today's day and age. I hope you have had some clarity, pile two. If yes, Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe, and your support means so much to me. Thank you. Namaste. Hi, pile 3. If you're attracted towards the third pile, then here comes your reading. But before we start, I would humbly request you guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Your support means so much to me. Now, first, the bear. What is the gossip about you? Next, the lilies. Okay, so I can see clearly people gossip about how, like, you have been through a very overbearing situation. Probably you have had a controlling partner or a controlling household. You come from a very, very, like, strictly disciplinarian parents who would basically not let you socialize with others, or maybe a very controlling situation, maybe abusive or a violent kind of a domestic violence kind of a household. People actually gossip about you, that how much you've survived. You have been through some literal turmoil, you've survived that, and now you have come out of it. 1530, you have literally, 30 is double 15, so you have made an like upgradation in your life after going through turmoil. And that's the gossip, that see how they have actually turned their life around. Yes, the tower, the justice, five of wheels, the world, the fool. Literally, you know what, clearly I love this kind of spreads. Kudos to you guys. Boss, you guys have been through so much. The tower moment, literally, see, there was fire everywhere. Literally, you have been through either some violent situation, some domestic abuse, even emotional and verbal abuse, control, financial abuse. They won't let you spend your own money. It could be anybody, I'll not specify, but people talk about it, that you have been through a lot. And they also think that you should be getting your justice. Like, seriously, people think the gossip is, my goodness, they have survived so much, they should get something really good now. And that's what is coming also. I mean, they can see that probably it's through your own hard work. You have come out of this tower moment. Five of Wheels, you have endured a lot of financial distress. Once you come out of this burning hell, you probably had some financial abuse as well. You didn't have enough money. So you have endured a lot, both financial distress, physical and emotional distress, and you deserve justice. That's the gossip. And literally, you have come out as the brighter version of you. See, from here you were to this. Like, seriously, kudos to you guys. You have come so far. That's the gossip. I mean, people just wonder, how did they survive so much? I mean, what kind of endurance is needed to be able to survive so much of abuse? That's the whole point. That's the gossip is all about. Wow. And people think that you have had a glow up and you're looking very, very sexy. Yes, you're looking very attractive now. So, congratulations. I mean, the gossip is, what have they done to themselves? Now you've become more youthful, more like more childlike. You're literally, earlier you used to be more morose, but now you have turned more youthful, more like, you're willing to embrace whatever comes your way. So people gossip, like, what change has they been through? That's the gossip about you. Like, people literally admire these things. I mean, it's not easy surviving a domestic issue, some emotional issue, maybe even went through some depression thanks to some kind of bullying situation, some ex, some narcissistic ex, something of that sort, or some narcissism in your own household. You have moved away from it. I mean, kudos to you guys. That's the gossip, like how much they have endured, and now you are a completely transformed soul. Somebody, you have had a glow up. People find you very sexy and attractive these days. Earlier, you used to be different. Now, you maybe have lost weight. Maybe you have had a new haircut. Maybe you have started putting on some makeup. Who knows? But you look more attractive. elder, move beyond the ancestral patterns. Exactly, probably you were brought up in the situation that once you're in one situation, you're bound to stay that way for the rest of your life. Or maybe money doesn't grow on trees, or you are meant to sacrifice in life. You need to compromise to make a relationship work. Those are the things. Oh yeah, you have been a very selfish person, you have become a very selfish person. Those are the ancestral patterns. I'm just giving some examples, it could be something else. Please write in the comment section below what the ancestral patterns that you are breaking free from. And you are not alone. Literally, people feel so connected towards you. You are the very wise one. Grow within your situation. Literally, the gossip is they have grown in their own situation. Instead of breaking down, instead of withering away, which would have been the easiest thing to do anyways, you guys have grown, you have matured, you have grown wiser. Sorry, I have again moved. I have this habit of moving the camera so much. I'm so sorry I've moved the camera. But you have this habit of, we tend to give away, like earlier in your life, you had given away the power. Now people talk like how powerful you have become. You have become a very powerful person, and people talk about that. The wise person who has grown, no, see beyond the current situation, and you are not alone. Literally, like people want to connect with you because people feel very inspired whenever they hear your story. They are like, you know what, probably you were homeless at a certain point. Yeah, five, you know you're probably five of pentacles, five of wills. You were probably homeless for that situation because you walked out. A narcissist can be a dangerous, be it a spouse or a family member. They can literally put you through living hell. Be open to healing information. Literally, you are seen as that angelic figure because I can see this part. You know what? The pile 2 also, they also were like people would come to them for spiritual advices, but here you tend to give people more practical advices. You have been through a lot of abuse, violence, that kind of shit, and you are literally like people tend to come to you for those things. Like now you have become a more matured, wise person who has good boundaries. Now, where do you need to establish good boundaries? Star mother, can you mother yourself? Literally, like seriously, you have manifested the impossible. That's the gossip. That like you have got superb manifesting power. If you think about something, it just happens. You're like that. Guardian angels are always guarding you. They are like your guardians and also your guards who are protecting you. And that's the gossip. People literally think, oh my God, this person can literally do anything. They can manifest anything just like that. Star mother, how can you mother yourself? Literally, you've been mothering your own self. That's what people see and notice. You know what? This person has been a parent figure, has become a parent figure to their own selves. They're supporting their own selves, and now they have literally have had a glow up. They look so good. Dance with life. There is a change in your vibes, and it's your vibe that attracts your tribe. It's this impossible. People literally gossip that, oh my goodness, this person has literally manifested the impossible. They've believed, they've endured, but they've had that faith. You never lost faith. That's a major thing. It's a major quality that people talk about. You've always believed that, you know what, even if I don't have anyone else supporting me, I am good enough for myself. And you have learned to dance with life. As you have grown in your situation, maybe through homelessness, maybe through financial distress, through narcissistic abuse. I mean, a narcissistic abuse is a nasty thing to have. You have learned to dance with life. Now, when others are going through difficult periods, you're like, nah, you just do this, this, and this, and things will be solved. And people are like, wow, Yes, they were probably overthinking, but it probably took 3 steps, a change in mindset, and that was that. End of a tough cycle approaches. Literally, that's the whole thing. And I can see you are also seen as a very good communicator, probably would be, or already you are seen as a good public speaker or a motivational speaker. That could be something that people talk about. Some people say, like, their PR is very good. You are one of those. And you have learned, now that you have learned to change your own energy, learning to dance with life. I think that's the major gossip. How you have transformed your life by believing in this blue moon. Once in a blue moon, the impossible stuff, you have made that happen. 13, like transformation, like a major transformation is 13. I mean, I can see that you guys are literally lionesses. That's what people, that's how people see you. Lionesses. Another thing is, you have a lot of excuse me, earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, even Aquarius, though not an earth sign, air sign, but a lot of earth sign, and could be air sign or Aquarius especially, could be there in your chart very prominently, like sun, moon, rising, or maybe Venus. Yeah, that's what is coming to my mind right now. That's what I can hear. Right. Lioness, you are seen as a lioness, somebody who is feisty, who believes in, not just speaking, even walking the talk, not just talking, walking the talk. Tower, yes, you have been through that tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. Literally, I can say one thing, that people think that, you are that badass person who has literally, they've been through so much, and they have come out of it as a complete winner. Literally, you have probably even changed. I can see the hairstyle change. You don't care what size you are, whether you wear specs, whether you have red hair or brown hair or black hair, it just doesn't matter to you. But probably you have met some physical changes as well. Cut your hair, or growing it out, or growing some bangs, maybe coloring your hair. Some kind of a makeover has also happened. You've become very sexy and attractive. That's because you have had some kind of a physical change as well, consciously. Don't be afraid to sing. Literally, I mean, now that you are away from the nonsense that you have been put through, the serious nonsense, swim away from this situation. Literally, the gossip that people are talking about is, you swam away from a very difficult situation, and have built you've believed in the impossibles, and now you have arrived. You have changed physically, you have changed spiritually, you have changed financially, everything. You are just thriving. That's the gossip. Like, oh my goodness, just look at them. They have been through so much and have come out as a winner on the other side. Now you're probably a mentor, a public speaker, or some kind of a motivational speaker. Yes, expectations. You no longer seek other people's expectations. Exactly. I can see a badass energy. You have turned yourself into a badass who doesn't give 2 cents to what other people think, say, or do about you. It's none of your business. They have a brain. If they want to think about something, it's their problem. Which justice is coming. Literally, a lot of people think that you have been through so much, you deserve some justice. And that's what should come your way. And that's what they feel. That's the gossip, that you should be getting the justice. Probably a fabulous life that you have manifested for yourself, because you've endured so much. You have endured so much of an overbearing energy. You should get a lot more than usual. The justice should be given, delivered to you. And trust me, pile 3, that is coming. That is coming. Your time is coming. You have arrived. Okay, now, your charms. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Yes. Again, I mean, pile 3, if you really want to, if you really think like you were attracted towards pile 2, then you had, like, you've got some kind of similarity. That's a different kind of a mentorship. This is a different kind of a mentor, but both of you are very good as counselors and mentors to other people through different, because of different reasons. But you could check it out if you want. Now, your time is coming. This thing was also there. And you're seen as an ethereal mermaid. See? Somebody who is like, you're angelic. You can just manifest anything into reality, whatever you put your mind to. And also some emotional connect I can see. Rather, people tend to emotionally be connected with you, can easily connect with you. And yes, the message is your time is coming. Congratulations, pile 3. I mean, kudos to you guys. Going through something like a narcissistic abuse or any kind of abuse, so to say, is a big deal. You guys are winners already. So, if yes, please hit the like button. I hope you have had some clarity. If yes, share, subscribe, and please, please, please share and subscribe and hit the like button. Your support means so, so much. Please help me grow my little channel. Thank you. Namaste.